Hello everyone. Greetings from Department of Civil Engineering, Savita Engineering College. The subject name is Disaster Management. Subject code is GE8071. Unit 2 Approaches to Disaster Risk Reduction. The chapter is Disaster Cycle, contains phases, culture of safety, prevention, mitigation and preparedness, community based DRR, structural and non structural measures. This unit objective is to ensure that student being to understand the relationship between vulnerability, disasters, disaster prevention and risk reduction. Outcomes are assess vulnerability and various method of risk reduction measures as well as mitigation. A disaster is a situation in which the community is capable of coping. It's a natural or human caused event which causes intense negative impact on people, good service, and the environment, exceeding the affected community's capability to respond. Therefore, the community seeks the assistance of government and international agencies. Disaster management cycle contains four main aspects: mitigation, preparedness, response, recovery. First, we will discuss mitigation. To measures put in place to minimize the result from a disaster. For example, building code and zoning, vulnerability analysis, public education. Now, preparedness. Planning how we respond. For example, preparedness plans, emergency exercise or training, proper warning systems. Next is response. Initial action taken as the event takes a place. It involves efforts to minimize the hazards created by a disaster. For example, evacuation, search, and rescue in a emergency relief time. Next is recovery. Returning the community to normal, ideal, the affected area should be put in a condition equal to or better than it was before a disaster took place. For example, temporary housing, grants, and medical cares. Now, stage 1, disaster mitigation. Structural mitigation is construction project which reduce economic and social impact, that is dams, windbreaks, terracing, and hazard resistant buildings. Non-structural activities are policies and practice which raise awareness of hazardness or encourage development to reduce the impact of disaster. For example, earthquake resistant building. So here we have crash bracings, rainfall walls using two steel beams, and base isolation at the foundation, and also wall should be a shear wall. So shear wall is nothing but concrete wall with steel bars in them to reduce rocking movements. Now, mitigation include strategies. So strategies. Hazard identification and vulnerability analysis is important. Various mitigation strategies or measures, for instance, various of crops that are more wind, flood, or drought resistant can often be introduced in areas prone to flood, drought, and cyclone. Economic diversification. Now, the mitigation includes reviewing building codes, vulnerability analysis updates, zoning and land use management and planning, reviewing of building use regulation and safety codes, to implement preventive health measure, political interventions and commitment, and finally, public awareness is most important. So here we have natural hazards causes disaster and also man-made hazards. So man-made hazards is progression of vulnerability, roots causes, dynamic pressures and unsafe condition. Root causes is limited access to power, structure, resources. Dynamic pressures is lack of training for the employee or officers, local investment, press freedom, micro forces also like rapid population changing, rapid urbanization and deforestation is most important. Unsafe condition due to dynamic and root causes. Unsafe conditions are physical environment, local economy, social relations and public action. These three progression of vulnerability causes also disaster. And natural hazards like we know earthquake, flooding, landslide, volcanic eruption, drought, virus and pest and windstorms. Here disaster mitigation and infrastructures are investment in infrastructure to support sustainable socio-economic development, investment in infrastructure for reconstruction and recovery. A breakup generation is available in case of power failure and that a battery operations ratio. A backup copy of all critical information. The preliminary design should take into consideration that prevalent hazards and method to avoid or minimize the effect of the extreme natural events. And also strengthening vulnerable area such as roofs, exterior doors, windows and garage doors. Disaster and development. Disaster setback development programming, destroying years of development initiative. Rebuilding after a disaster provides significant opportunity to initiate development programs. And development program can increase an area's sustainability to disasters. Development program can be designed to decrease the livelihood to disaster and their negative consequences. Development initiative for countries faced with disaster. Partnership. Close collaboration among donors, government, communities, non-governmental organizations like NGO, the private sector and universities, organization, institution. Flexibility. Development agency must be efficient and flexible, adaptable to local environment and capable of adjusting to changing condition and seizing opportunities when they arise. Next is selectivity. Resources are the public asset that must be invested prudently to achieve maximum impact. So the three things are very important: partnership, flexibility and selectivity. Next, phase 2, preparedness. Preparedness measures include preparedness plan, emergency exercise and training for employees, warning system in every institution, organization, factories, emergency communication system, evacuation plan and training, resource inventories, emergencies, personal contact list, mutual aid agreements, and public information and education awareness. So next we need to discuss emergency training for employees. Evacuation plan. every institution, university, company, or any public places, we used to see like this plan in the visible area. So during emergency situation, we need to exit from the building. So the exit pathway, it's clearly mentioned in the drawing. So important areas to develop and test warning system regularly and plan measures to take during a disaster alert period to minimize potential losses of life and physical damage, and also educate and train officials, employees and the population at risk to respond to the disaster. Need to train first aid and emergency response teams, and also establish emergency response policies, standards, organizational arrangement, and operational plan to be followed by emergency workers and other response entries after a disaster. So, disaster risk reduction, DRR. It forms the action plan to be implemented before, during, and after disaster. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Society defines risk reduction as physical measures to reduce the vulnerability and exposure of infrastructure to natural hazards, as well as and the provide coping and adaptive infrastructure in case of a disaster event. So DRR recommendation for countries which do not have a robust disaster preparedness plan. Policy planning and capacity building in disaster management. Physical prevention, for example, building sea walls and against storm surge or flood shelters during flood event. Capacity building at institutional and systematic level in disaster preparedness. Continued provision of food, potable water and health care for the affected communities. The next main topic is Emergency Operation Plan, EOP. Emergency Operation Plan allows the community to respond to threats, engages responders in the short-term recovery, must be flexible to be valuable in real and potential emergencies. It does not include the administrative plan, the mitigation strategy, the long-term recovery or the standard operating procedures like SOPs. Mainstreaming child protection and gender in emergency planning. It involving women in mitigation planning and taking final decision by involving women decision. Offering children the opportunity to participate more fully in disaster situations. So here DRR mechanisms. The main mechanism for DRR are avoid hazardness, means prevention of damage through the avoidance of hazard zone like temporal and permanent. Next one is mitigate risk, means mitigate the effect of event by reducing magnitude and probability of damage, means reduction of hazard and vulnerability. Next one is respond to damage, reduce adverse effect of event through timely and effective response. The final thing is transfer risk, distribute risk to a large group of individuals and use means of recovery. The first two mechanisms are preventive measures, the second two preparedness measures. So hope we have some knowledge about DRR, and disaster cycle. Thank you.